Welcome, good evening, YouTube. This is Joshua. Um, this is another part of my How to Survive Howard University. One of the biggest problems that a lot of us have at Howard is finding out how the hell we gonna pay for it. You know, you have your FAFSA, your financial aid information that goes to the government and determines, your eligibility for Pell Grant. Well, Pell Grant is pretty much for everybody, but for your loans, how much you can get in loans if you qualify for loans. Basically, the broker you are, the better you off in that regard. However, freshman year is probably not going to cover it. I can almost guarantee you it's not, especially with the cost of school going up. I'm not sure what freshmen are paying now, but the best thing you have going for you is that the longer you go through school at Howard, um, they cap it at how much they can increase tuition from your freshman year. So if they went from 7,000 your freshman year to 10,000 the next year for the next incoming class, you're likely only going to pay maybe 1-2% increase from your freshman year from that 7,000. So you won't be paying that 10,000. I believe now as it stands it's something like 7,600 that I'm paying. Maybe it hasn't gone up that much, but I was in a situation to where I know how I was gonna pay for it. My freshman year, my grandmother, God bless her soul, was willing enough to co-sign a loan to help me pay for school, at least the first semester. First and second semester, my grandmother was really there to help see me through. Um, but we're not all blessed with the people that have the means, the capability, or the willingness to do something like that. So what do? You've been accepted. You can't pay for school. You have a number of options at your disposal. Um, One that I found that I personally use that a lot of people sleep on um, is ROTC. At Howard, there's both Air Force and Army, but you're not restricted to Air Force and Army. If you want to do Navy, they have a crosstown program where you can go to, I believe it's George Washington University, and participate in their Navy ROTC. I'm an Air Force ROTC, so I'm going to speak from that standpoint. If you can't pay for school, you can try to become eligible for a ROTC scholarship. Basically what you do, you won't be able to get money for your first semester at Howard, but if you enroll in the program, you'll be given all your uniforms and everything, and you start your training, your classes, and it's an academic environment. But also there's the training, teaching you how to march, how to conduct yourself with a military bearing, and become a more disciplined person, as well as the physical aspect of it, where you build your body up to be in the form that your government is going to need you for you to be in, fighting in your country's air force. Um, so you go through your first semester, and at that point you'd be eligible to go out, and you need to get a physical done, and there's some paperwork you need to fill out. Basically, if you have at least a 2.5 and you're physically fit, you can go out and try to get a scholarship. You also have to take the test. It's called the AFOQ, the Air Force Officer. I'm sorry, the Air Force Officer Qualifying Test, which is basically like the SAT, but it's much easier. Basically, where if you score high enough on that, and you qualify to become an officer in the Air Force, depending on your grades, you're stratified, against everybody else that's trying to get in there. And if you've done well enough, you get a scholarship. Money from your freshman year is not, you do not have to pay that back. So if you get the money for that next semester of your freshman year, you don't want to keep it, your scholarship, because you don't want to have to have any type of commitment. You can drop the course. You won't be getting any more monies from the Air Force, but at least you got your way through that. If you decide to stay in the program longer, you're in the GMC program, where you're learning the history of the Air Force, the military, different military operations. Also, you're getting more training with marching, bearing, and the likes, as well as your PT, your physical training. Sophomore year, you're trying to become eligible to become a member of the POC, which begins your junior year and sets you up to graduate and commission as an officer in the Air Force. Then you have to go through the paperwork to try to get an enrollment allocation slot for field training, which is basically like the officer boot camp. That's our version, but it stresses more the leadership quality rather than the follower role. So after that, it's just maintaining your 2.5, getting that slot, and contracting, saying that you're going to either pay back the money you received, enlist, or commission, and you have a commitment of 4 years, well, 8 years, 4 years active, 4 years reserve, or if you want to do 8 years active, that's your choice. But so at that point in time, your debt is wiped clean. That way you pay for school, and also if you have any type of financial aid, you can get a sizable refund check, and that money that you receive from the government, those are loans you're taking out, but the school acts as a privy between you and the government. And then you have your money for ROTC, that's a scholarship, that's money, coming to you, so you're eligible for that too. So if your total financial aid goes over the amount of school, you get money back. Pretty nice, right? Outside of ROTC, I know I went in kind of long with the ROTC part of it. Outside of ROTC, there's the different donor scholarships, to where if you're eligible, you would fill out a application in April for the following school year. So you really won't get a freshman year. I know it sucks to be a freshman. I'm sorry. But you fill out that application, and if you're selected, it's easily $1,000. You just have to write a little card saying thank you, put a picture of yourself on there, and you have $1,000 towards your education. Outside of that, there's different school scholarships. There's different levels. They pay different amounts. Basically, you have to qualify from your grades coming out of high school. However, if you maintain a high enough grade after your first semester, second semester, you can get on scholarship. That ranges from anywhere from full tuition, room, board, meal plans, and a stipend for books to just maybe half of tuition. But it's better than nothing. They have a whole resource center just for scholarships. Then you have fellowships. It's endless. I suggest that you go on FastWeb. They have hella sources for different scholarships. Say Coca-Cola, Microsoft, all the different scholarships. Also check with your college. There's numerous colleges. It's not just a university. It's just you go major at the university. There's different colleges which comprise. This is a university which is comprised of the different colleges. For example, I'm in COAS, College of Arts and Science. I'm a political science major, so I could go to my department and see if they have scholarships. I could go to my college, see if they have scholarships. Look online, look for people who you know. For example, I went to my family reunion. We had a fund set up for students, for family members that were starting college, and I got $300 off the muscle for college, and that went a long ways to helping me, pay for food, books, those sort of things. So the opportunities are endless. If you want some more information on that, just comment, PM me, let me know. I'll try to see how best I can help you. Maybe give you some contact information. Just let me know.